Listen, Clay, I need
Let's go get them sharks, baby. Come on.
I want a baby. You need to be around.
You got your baby right here.
Woo!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Life by the Bow. We're really excited this morning just because it's been a little while since we've shot down here in the Keys on the Atlantic side. And we have a beautiful day ahead of us today. Glass calm, nice and hot for down here in February. And really, you know, just trying to inspire others to get out on the boat here in the winter months.
Yeah, so Clay is going to be trying to catch lobster because this morning I watched a shark documentary that Clay put on. I don't know what his tactics were with that, but I'll tell you what, he is going to scare me from the water and keep me on the boat.
What it is more than anything, Stephanie is a little slow to get up in the morning, so I got to get her blood pumping somehow. So.
Oh yeah, it was pumping all right. It was pumping me away from the water and saying, I'm like, this is just not a good mixture. We're getting in the water today and you're putting this documentary on. Like, this scares me. So I am going to make sure everyone in the water is safe while I park my butt on the boat, just watching everyone in the water.
And I'm perfectly fine doing the dirty work. We're gonna do some surf and turf at the sandbar later on. And when the weather's this nice, there's never really any telling what we're gonna get into, but I'm excited. Let's go ahead, let's get after it. Let's see if we catch some lobsters. So as you can see, I hopped up here in the tower, and this is one of the many advantages of having one, and that's just being able to see everything. Once you get elevated, there's just so much more to see. And basically, I'm just looking for some really big coral heads, maybe some ledges, ultimately just some structure for these lobsters to hide underneath. And that's really it. You know, you just swim around, try to find the ledges, the coral heads, you know, anything that these lobsters can hide inside of. And you just want to look for those little antennas. But I think one of the most important things over anything is never mess with a lobster unless you have full intent to keep them. So if he looks short, just leave him alone. And another thing is, make sure you're protecting our corals. You know, these lobsters like to hide underneath the corals and around them. So whenever you're catching them, just make sure that you're not breaking off any corals and you're being as delicate as possible with our beautiful ecosystem that we have down here in the Florida Keys. But this looks like a good area. We're gonna drop the trolling motor. I'm gonna get in, see if I can find them. Let's go get them sharks, baby. Come on.
I want a baby. You need to be around.
You got your baby right here.
Woo!
So there was a big rock I had saw from up at the tower. Sure enough, right on top of it here, it's loaded with lobster. So we're gonna see if we can get a couple legal ones out of there. Woo! Took me forever to get this one. Not as big as the last one, but definitely still a keeper. All right. So there he is right there. This is our first time actually ever diving out of this Pathfinder. I gotta tell you, I'm loving this big swim platform here. As you guys can see, this carapace is over 3 inches right there. If this were to wrap around the backside, he would be an illegal lobster, but you know, getting these beautiful days here in February, sometimes they're far and few in between, but it's hot. I would say it's easily like in the 80s right now, but the water's cool, nice and cool. And that's what happens this time of year. A lot of these lobsters, the legal lobsters, will come out here to the ocean side. In the particular area that we're at right now, these guys are just everywhere. But something that I'm excited about is to put them in the live well. Look at them with our aquarium windows there. 1 down, 2 more to go. All right, found the rock again. We go for a second dive. I think there's another legal one inside of there, so we're gonna see if we can get him. Woo! Yeah, baby, that's another keeper right there. I can feel it. He's trying to grab onto the power pole. He knows a good thing when he sees it.
You okay there?
I'm doing just fine. Get my morning workout in. About to have some surf and turf later on for lunch. He's a keeper, so we're doing all right here, Miss Stephanie.
That's good, because I noticed that you're getting up slower and slower.
Listen, don't be hating. Somebody's got to catch the food around here.
Right.
Woo. Nice. That's another one. We love eating these things, man. They taste so good. Sometimes people eat the head meat, but we typically only use the tails. Not use the tails, eat the tails. And then we like to crush up the heads and use those as chum. Their legs, everything else. So, use every little piece of the lobster, living off the land. So I just got him out of the rock. The first one that he was in was real deep, so I feel a lot more confident now that he's outside of that one because the one that he moved into, it's a lot shallower. So I should be able to just reach my hand in there and grab him, see if we can get him. out of the stair and laid it right in my hand. That's a beast right there. That's the biggest one of the day. You know, a big lobster, when you compare it to all the other smaller ones, you can just feel it too, man. I mean, this is a big lobster right here. But that's it. 3 lobsters, one for me, one for Stephanie, one for Javier, our camera guy. That is so cool. Beautiful. You gotta love that.
I know. We just met Jeff from Virginia, and he had like 6 women on his boat, and he
had a really good ratio going on.
Yeah.
Good for you, Jeff.
He was so happy to see us, which was really cool. I mean, you never know when you're going to run into us out on the water here in the Keys.
You can't miss us now that Avail's on the side of the boat.
No. But we're going to head back in, and you're going to clean up the lobster.
Yeah, so legally, you can't detach the tail from the body unless you're on land. So we're gonna run back to the house. After that, we're gonna pick a little sandbar, beach, or island.
Or whatever it may be.
Whatever it may be,
We'll figure it out.
I'm obviously having problems right now, like these are the things you have to deal with when you live in the Florida Keys, but all right, let's do it. I gotta tell you, it's so cool having these aquarium windows on this live well. But basically, I'm gonna show you guys how we dispatch a lobster. And it's crazy, his eyes are right here, so you would think his brain is somewhere up around there, and maybe it is. But the way I was taught to dispatch a lobster, we just have a little poker right here. And that's probably the most humane way to take him out, in my opinion. And now that he's out, we're just gonna grab a hold of his tail. Just twist it out just like that. We're gonna break off an antenna. And as you can see, his antenna is barbed. And since it's barbed, we go right up inside of his behind here. And those barbs will pull out the line of feces, as you can see right there. And that's it. That's one thing I love about lobster. Not only are they easy to clean up, sometimes they can be easy to catch, and it's just so beautiful being out there on the edge of the reef catching these guys.
So I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. It's been a long day for them snorkeling, but just watching them snorkel, I got exhausted. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little surf and turf, and it's pretty simple and easy and delicious. So that's all that matters. But what Clay didn't mention is the fact we were kind of originally thinking of going to a beach to go and cook the lobster, but we decided to stay here on land.
So the steaks are pretty self-explanatory. You can season them however you like, but Stephanie has her special little recipe when it comes to grilling lobster. In my honest opinion, it's perfect.
It is really simple. You just get some garlic cloves, mince them, and then I put a little bit of butter and then fresh parsley and a little bit of lemon on top of it, and I just let it sit on the grill until it's fully cooked. And once you take it out, it's so simple, but fresh and delicious.
The flavors are just so minimal to the point where you can really just taste that freshness and the full flavor of a fresh lobster.
Woo! Sizzling hot.
I know I say it all the time. Does it get any better than that? I need to put that on a shirt.
Right? I wonder if Elvis would like a piece.
Elvis would love a piece.
He loves fish. It's so funny. Him and Riley will fish in the lagoon all day, and sometimes they get a hold of the fish.
They'll eat the fish.
They'll eat the fish.
They'll eat the fish that they catch. That lobster's so good, though.
It really is. It's delicious. It's delicious. Anyways, check this out. It's friggin' amazing. It's gorgeous. But check this out.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? Did you find us a spot?
I found the spot.
X marks the spot?
That's right.
All right, I'm putting an X on you. All right.
I don't know you want to put an X on me.
Why?
You don't want to put anything X on this right here?
Oh, I guess you're right. We don't want to make him my ex.
So here we are, Mosquito Bank. And I can't believe it's taken us this long to take you guys here. But as you can see, this is definitely a hot spot down here in the Florida Keys. And I feel like I don't even need to describe why, but just in case you guys do want some explanation, this water is crystal clear. Reason why is because this is all just a huge sandbank out here. And actually, as you drive down all the Florida Keys, say about 3 to 5 miles offshore, there's sandbanks all the way down to Key West. But what makes this sandbank significant here specifically is it's one of the very few in the upper Keys that's actually shallow enough to the point where you can stand up. And as you can see, it is just glass calm right now. So there's no waves, and it just makes it such a beautiful and relaxing spot. It is still cold, but man, it is hot, and that feels so good.
It does. What's really cool about the sandbar is it brings me back to my childhood. For those of you that don't know, I actually was raised in Key Largo. This was our sandbar of choice. Like, this is where we wanted to go on the weekends because it was so close to home.
Now it's your guys' turn. You know, we try to inspire others to get out on the water. Most importantly, visit the Florida Keys, but February 25th and 26th, right?
Yes, we're going to be at the gigantic nautical flea market in Founders Park in Islamorada, which you'll get a chance. There's going to
be a link down in the video description.
Perfect. We'll make it simple and easy.
Yeah, we're going to have a booth for Avail Gear, our clothing company, which we would also greatly appreciate some support if you guys want some high quality performance gear. But we love you guys. We appreciate everything. And most importantly, hanging out with us our entire day. So until then, we'll see you guys in the next video, or at the Nautical Flea Market, or Miami Boat Show.
Yep, we got a busy month.
That's right. All right, guys.